Hello and welcome, Rocket League fans. We are here live with the NJCAAE ARNG webinar series. I'm FBI Tugboat. Right over here is my man Pyro. Pyro, you with me?
I'm here loud and clear.
That's good. I'm lost without you, my man. We're going to be starting this best of 7 series here soon. The first, hopefully, of many. But first, we got a little intro video action for you guys. Go ahead and check it out. Be back with you in just a minute.
It's hard to believe, but 2020 is nearly in the rearview mirror. It's been an incredible stretch for us, and I know we've asked a lot of our force this year.
While circumstances will continue to evolve, here are the facts as they stand. All 54 states, territories, and the District of Columbia have declared a state of emergency.
National Guard in its response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The hurricane that came through last night.
Flood events that came in.
Disaster response during floods, hurricanes, and wildfires.
When disaster strikes, we don't have to mobilize from some base. We pack a lunch, we go to work because we are already there in the communities. We live there. We can respond faster.
And they've been an unbelievable asset, all these other hands processing ballots.
We're so blessed to have this many soldiers come out and help us feed needy families during this difficult time.
Saying thank you to the National Guard to honor all the hardworking men and women day in and day out.
So it's invaluable what your soldiers are doing with the food services and with medical and things of that nature. They're literally saving people's lives every day.
You can see on people's faces the relief that comes when they know they have food to eat for the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week.
So we're trying to make sure they feel safe coming out here and expressing their opinions and affecting the kind of change they want to see.
Fire knows no boundaries, and so, you know, we train together, we fight fire together.
It's nice to be here and be doing my job.
Just knowing that you're helping out, just knowing you're giving back to the community is pretty good.
Being a part of this mission is honestly very fulfilling. It's what I signed up for. It's what most of the soldiers with me signed up for.
To help out in any way possible and giving 110% to any community that we serve.
And remember this, always ready, always there.
And we are back. An electrifying video here from the ARNG. That's the Army National Guard. FBI Tugboat here. Pyro over there, I think. I'm important, right? There you go. And we got Master Sergeant Stevenson here for a little bit of interview action coming at you. Master Sergeant, you with me?
I'm here.
Glad to hear. Glad to hear. An experienced gamer himself. Pyro's got a couple questions for you first. Then I will... Nope, I'm first. Excuse me. I'm messing up the order here. I said it myself. What am I doing here? What am I doing? So let's dive right into this, Master Sergeant. I want to ask you, why it kind of was the Army National Guard decided to go forth with the sponsorship with the NJCAAE. And I know that sounds like doubtful. The NJCAAE, a fantastic organization, but I want to ask you personally kind of where that came from.
Well, honestly, you know, it was a natural fit for us to partner with it, NJCAAE. It's a mouthful, right?
It is.
But
it
with high school and colleges really being our primary focus, because that's really where most of our recruits from. We think it's partner in education, right? College is a stepping stone for a person to be successful, and our organizations can both benefit from it in somebody's career path.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Collegiate being scholastic goals being the answer there, really. Pyro.
Yeah, and Master Sergeant Stevenson, for someone like a gamer like all of us and has interest in the Army National Guard, what career paths can they pursue?
Well, it's kind of a beautiful thing because we have over 130 different career paths you can enlist in. And, obviously this is a part-time service, so you could be a graphic designer in the civilian side and be a medic in the Army National Guard. You could be honestly, whatever you want to do in the civilian side, you can partner it with a vocational skill like being a welder or a police officer. It's just, there's so many options available for you with part-time service in the Army National Guard.
Yeah, the variety is certainly there. Master Sergeant Stevenson, do you ever game with your fellow group members yourself?
All the time. We do a lot of partnerships and co-streams with some big influencers. Like just last night, I played with 2 of our guardsmen, and we were co-streaming with Stone Mountain. So Stone Mountain 64, if you're familiar, he streams on Facebook. So
Love it.
Yeah, that's kind of some decent little names there. We'll say some decent little names. Want to ask you kind of about your experience there streaming with the Army National Guard. How that's been for you?
It's great. You know, we have our own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Army National Guard, and we stream Monday through Thursday. And we have about 14 guardsmen that stream from across the United States, and we all kind of share that page and just share our passion with gaming with the community.
I hear you. I hear you said Army National Guard, no spaces, no underscores, no crazy stuff like that, right?
No, just one word, Army National Guard.
Twitch.tv/Army National Guard. Monday through Thursday, you got a time for me?
Usually in the evenings, you know,
Okay.
our guys, what's beautiful, our guys volunteer to stream in the evening because they enjoy playing video games and want to share their passion. So it varies depending on it because they usually have a full-time job or going to school. And then after in the evenings when they can get on, they hop on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Active members in both the collegiate side and work side. Productive members of society. Love to see it. Now we're going to be hopping towards this action here. Appreciate your input as far as the that sponsorship again between the NJCAAE, the Army National Guard, but got to get into it. What are we going to see here? Lackawanna Community College taking on the Manhattan Borough Community College. Who's going to win? Winners and losers.
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, I heard that Lackawanna is a powerhouse and they got a great team. But on the other hand, you know, Manhattan, everybody loves an underdog, right? So I'll say my prediction for the end, let the best team win.
There it is. There it is. I like it. I like it. You know, turning these potential negatives or potential positives into neutrals. That's what we do as casters. So maybe you have a future there, Master Sergeant. I appreciate you coming on and giving us some of your time kind of before these games and a big insight in the Army National Guard and its current sponsorship by the NJCAAE. Again, it is a mouthful, right?
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Getting on into this and this current matchup, we're looking at these players first, and we'll be kind of breaking this down a little bit for you. Pyro up first.
Yeah, so we got two highlighted teams here for sure. Borough of Manhattan Community College Panthers. You got three stellar players here. The lineup is looking solid. You got Daiquiri Downey, goes by Silent Abyss. Jonathan Colvin goes by Senor Miss. And Kevin Martinez, Undead Phoenix, Tugboat. You catching a little bit of alliteration, assonance, whichever one it is. You love to see it. You imagine that the names are there. The chemistry's got to be there as well. So this team definitely looking stellar as our first team on the lineup.
Absolutely. I'm 100% with it. 100% with it. Looking at what you just did. No, I'm Manhattan. Senior Miss, Undead, Phoenix, Silent Abyss, Dinosaur, JP, and Chasers on the other side. Let's get into it, though. They're 30 seconds into this one. Lackawanna's already scored once. Undead Phoenix barely taps the top for Senior Miss to rail in the first here for the Borough of Manhattan Community College. As again on the right here.
In there, tying things right back up. Teams looking pretty evenly matched here. They're both on solid runs here. So both teams coming in with some momentum. Usually that means well for one team against the other, and the momentum's turning into more goals out on the field. Chasers is on it. The ball drop backs right off the backboard, and that's a zinger right in the net.
Yeah, a zinger indeed. 45 seconds, average of 15 seconds per score already. Crazy stuff. A high-scoring affair might be what we are in the... Oh, my goodness. A low roll, slow blow from the middle from Chasers here. Is this is as free as a... Pasting at Costco. I don't understand. Okay, yeah, so both players left, right side, Phoenix and Silent Abyss, cut for big boosts on the corners here and leave goal wide open, unfortunately.
Skins are clearly heated up before this match even started. You think about how teams prep for matches, and you can't always prepare for a kickoff goal like that, but you like to find them pop in nevertheless. Talked about momentum a little bit. Lackawanna here, 4 wins previous to this match, 3 of them sweeps. So, oh, but this ball coming in sweeping fashion, already in the answer from Silent Abyss from downtown.
Seriously, mailed this one from a different area code here, Pyro. That's like a single bounce as well. Crazy stuff. High scoring affair already, man. We're barely a minute in, and we have a total of 5 goals already.
5 goals already. We're on pace for quite a few. Could be a record-setting night here, Tugboat. So
It's fair.
we'll see.
It's fair.
We'll see what happens. Silent Abyss hoping to maybe tie things up. The net is momentarily open. They've got players in the box to take advantage of it, but it's taken right away. The defense collapsing there and keeping things strong on the back line.
Absolutely. Again, a high-scoring Pharaoh as well. Senior miss, bounce to the middle. JP takes that one up, kind of pushes it over to the left corner, but does not get a great bounce against wall on this. Now, Undead Phoenix putting this up. Senior miss is going to really answer this on the other side, but trying to keep it going against Lackawanna is easier said than done. Abyss now to the corner. Big highlight player here for your Manhattan Borough Community College. Damasaur bounces this one to the left side, and we go another switch in opportunity. That is a whiff for the ages.
Oh, yeah. Don't see those too often here at this high-skilled player lineup out on the field, but it's all good. They're regaining here. Now you've got, of course, the Panthers knocking back on the door on Dead Phoenix, trying to create space with that touch, but it's a dot into the corner. It'll be taken back out the way towards the wall. There's JP off the corner looking for that pass, and it's in! Bulleted by the Damasaur, the team captain and the team captain that knew what he needed to do in the moment to shine. Extend the lead there by 2 goals, 4-2.
A Christmas gift animation there towards the end just to show how much they appreciate it. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on this clock, 140 seconds total. 2-4, not unbearable by any means. Manhattan Community College, that's the Panthers in the right, in the red and the orange. End of the day, this is really not that far away, especially given this has been a very high-scoring affair so far. Looking at Silent Abyss now, he's got himself a couple shots and a goal and a save. No assist to be spoken of quite so far, but a more even playing field for Senior Miss. Single goal, single shot, and an assist on top. Chasers, different story entirely. Gotten 3 of the 4 goals here, as this is Lackawanna trying to keep up this offensive pressure. Senior Miss now backing up to kind of take this from the corner. A perfect, not full-on pinch, but a push to get this ball to the corner. So effectively a pinch in of itself. Just like that, we have a flip in rotation and offensive pressure. Silent Abyss and the rest of Manhattan going on the offense.
Yep, Panthers are knocking back on, but can't connect on that touch there. You see the defense starting to break loose. The Panthers are beginning to find a little bit of leeway, but just when it barely opens up for them to shoot, Falcons are there to contain and regain as well. Look at it going down the field. Almost finds the hole again. Damasaur is up. You know that's dangerous. The defense is there for the Panthers. They'll knock it down. And they've only got 1 minute remaining now, Tugboat, for them to close this gap. Not a whole lot of time.
Love to see it. There's a lot of back and forth here between Chasers and Silent Abyss. Now a run towards the middle. JP answers this perfectly. Gets rewarded with that epic on top of the save. Just like that, a flip in rotation. JP loses control of this one a little bit. He would have liked to gotten a flat hit on that one. That would have been an open goal. Silent Abyss stretches out for this one all day long as the double demo comes in against Manhattan.
Absolutely. Falcons continuing to hold on to that lead for as long as they can. If they could end the score line here and now or extend it. Oh, but the defense coming in for the Panthers for them to stay alive. 10 seconds. They need a push now. It's going to be popped up here to Damasaur. Over to Chasers. Almost in, but off the backboard. Put across the field and Tugboat. That is going to do it. Your game 1 victory is here for the Lackawanna College Falcons.
Game numero uno going Lackawanna's way, 4-3. Looking at these shots, Chasers got so many opportunities on this. We're looking at 12 shots total for Lackawanna. That is the Borough of Manhattan Community College with only 4, unfortunately, 3 times as many, tripling up on this one. End of the day, what that tells me is Lackawanna simply had a lot more in the way of offensive opportunities, really.
Mm. Yeah, and if you're BMCC, you're thinking almost like in basketball when you see the shooter that's out there, chasers with 8 shots, is like, all right, we got to double team that player, but that's not quite how it works in Rocket League. You got to be very
Yes.
perceptive, very observant for, when that player has those chances, you got to collapse. You got to be on your feet and ready to defend that backline. They did that well in the latter kind of 2 minutes there in the game. They've just got to work on transcending that into game 2 now and respond effectively.
I'm with it. This is the best of 7, so normally when you get our best of 5s, that game 1 is always kind of used as kind of like a test or feeler, a little litmus test here. But as it is, what the color is, you shake it and you look at the color. It says Chasers is goated. Take Chasers out of the game. Like you said, in basketball it might be fouling. In Rocket League, it's going to be demolitions. One of those more dramatic. I'll tell you which one.
Yep, but regardless, game 2 is on the way. So we got already the Falcons looking at
Yeah, so
potential
this is going to
shot.
be this is going to be a restart right here. It looks like a couple players getting a little bit later into this one. Production. Gotcha. No, no, you totally good, totally good. We are just coming in here, of course, we're making sure that this game is a little bit more evenly matched. They come back at that neutral playing field. These players are actively playing right now, but they are getting the notification to go ahead and stop, get that full 5 minutes back on top of this. And that, of course, gives us a little bit of time here to talk about the organizations and the people do make this possible. I'm just a caster. I don't do everything myself. I know that you guys assume that, but can't do everything myself. Big shout outs to KTAD, as well as Scoots and Colton running production and everything else there and really making our jobs as casters just so much easier. Of course, we shouted out Master Sergeant Stevenson earlier, kind of give us a minute of his time before the game to talk about the NJCAAE and the Army National Guard, and he'll be back later for a little bit more interview action. I'm going to shout out the organizations that make this possible. That's HyperX. They've been putting out that high-level esports hardware for a while now, an organization that really doesn't need that much introduction. iBuyPower as well has been really making a sweeping run across the North American esports scene here. Essentially, go on their website, go on their Twitter, you can find out a little bit more about this, but essentially what you do is you go on there and it's a part picker. You go through and kind of pick what parts you can afford, which you think will work best with, and I do believe there's a bottlenecking application on there as well, so somebody who's naive to it is not going to come in there and just buy a bunch of random parts that are not going to work together. Huge shout outs to iBuyPower. Army National Guard as well. You can, again, another organization doesn't need a whole lot of introduction. Master Sergeant Stevenson talked about it a whole lot, and you can find out more about like what you can do with them over there on the website and their Twitter. The NJCAAE. That is the National Junior College Athletic Association. This esports side over here. So your junior colleges, the 2-year organizations, are going to be coming through and really kind of, again, making this possible. We'll talk a little bit later about kind of their progress here, Pyro, and like just how much they've exploded even through the coronavirus pandemic. But right now we don't have a whole lot of time. Lastly, but not least, but whatsoever, is Legion by Lenovo. Also huge kind of PC side hardware when it comes to the esports stuff. You can check out what they're doing in case it's not somehow is not a name that's familiar with you guys, in case newer to the North American esports scene.
There you go, sponsorships wide. And hey, you know what? You have those TV moments where you got to switch to an ad or switch to a commercial. Here in Rocket League, you got Tugboat with the
There
A
you go.
plus
There you go.
sponsorship. So, what more do you need?
Yeah, what my marketing degree finally coming into effect here. You know, it didn't help me get a job after college, but hey, maybe I should have done something with the NJCAA or the Army National Guard. Damn, there's your hammy sponsorship, right, all the way through. That is also a very long time ago for me, so maybe not the same opportunities esports-wise. Collegiate side, scholastic side, they would have been available now, of course, so I'm just hamming it up a little bit here. Game number 2 coming through. We drew a lot from game number 1. The scoreline was 4-3. Lackawanna almost going down into overtime. Talk to me a little bit about what can you expect in game number 2 here, Pyro.
The Panthers holding on to that defensive masterclass that we saw towards the end. It was about containment, really, for BMCC. Lackawanna just firing on all cylinders. And when there's a hot team, you got to find a way to cool them down. So you're looking at, even if the first 2 minutes of this game, Tugboat, goes 0-0, that's a win for BMCC. You got to find a way to contain Lackawanna and keep this game close, because this Lackawanna team is a team that will blaze right past you. We talked about how they're on a 4-match win streak. 3 of those matches, sweeps. And the other match, they only let up 1 game down. So this team will blaze right past you. They're already on that streak. You got to cut them down now.
I hear you. I hear you. Lackawanna Falcons flying high, if you'll excuse it, Pyro. We'll see how they kind of move into game number 2 here, because really game 1 was not a wipe one way or no one whatsoever. Yes, they're coming off of a 4-game win streak. Not going to talk about a win streak whatsoever and who might be winning or losing this game, but I can almost guarantee you off that game 1, Lackawanna is not going to take this in sweep fashion. The brooms will stay in the closet.
Yeah, Panthers have kept neck and neck for the most part already in game 1. You expect this to stay really tight. Let's not forget that both these teams tied for second place in their 9 to 10 team group here. They're both second place because they both lost to the 1 seed, Hudson Valley Community College. So
yes,
these 2 teams absolutely deserve to be put in the spotlight tonight for good reason. This is a matchup. This is a statement matchup for one team to prove to the other that they are the better team, that they at least should have that second place accolade beside them. So it's good to have these 2 teams up on the screen here.
Absolutely. Speaking of these teams, we'll delve a little bit farther into who exactly these are. Looking at Lackawanna first here, Pyro. We got, from left to right, of course, Dominic Clapper coming in. That's Domasaur. We were told very clearly this is a guy to be paying attention to. Lackawanna, wait, is that the... Yeah, Lackawanna Community College, located in Scranton, Pennsylvania. If you guys aren't familiar with the office, you will be by the end of this broadcast. But coming out of Archibald, Pennsylvania. Not 100% sure where that is. Not had the pleasure of visiting myself. Juan Garcia coming in, JP. Only freshman across these 6 players as well. Can't imagine that's really going to affect performance whatsoever. Just we bring out outliers. We point out outliers as broadcasters. That's what we do. Hailing from Glenside, Pennsylvania. Cross Hunt coming in from Chasers. Or in the form of Chasers, excuse me. That's his tag. Sophomore out of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania as well. So a trio coming straight out of Pennsylvania. Looking at Manhattan, or Borough of Manhattan Community College next here, Pyro.
Yep, BMCC Panthers. You talked about it. We only had 1 freshman in this 6-player lineup. So 3 sophomores here for BMCC. You got Thackeray Downey going by Silent Abyss here. Jonathan Colvin going by Senormis, and Kevin Martinez, all sophomores here. Thackeray Downey, the captain of the squad, right? And we've heard of the incredible aerial goals, and that's the kind of stuff we're looking for tonight. Those incredible plays. So expect that from all 3, but especially Silent Abyss.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a lot of information earlier about kind of players to be watching. I think that's very, very fair. Now, what we're gonna do is gonna get in the action started. Enough waiting here. We can't be denying the people what they truly want. Game number 2. Now, nothing will be awarded. We'll talk about this a little bit later about kind of what's on the board here and what is to be expected for the future. But nobody will be taking home cash, scholarships, or anything else like that today off the result of this game. Is that correct, Pyro?
Not today, but they are still trying to position themselves in good standing for that Rocket Championship that will eventually come. So a win tonight is, like we said, it's not just a statement matchup, but it also gives them that seeding and that important thing that means well in the long term. So we're good to go here for game 2. The players are out on the field. We're giving you what you want. Lightning red hot action. That's already coming out here from the Panthers. They're combating against them. Big clear here from Silent Abyss all the way across the field. Domasaur wants a piece of it, though. Gonna send it downfield, and I don't know. Like we said, these Falcons, they got to stay contained, but they're already coming back, Tugboat.
It really is a solid hit to the middle. Trying to follow this one up is Lackawanna, but that's going to be much easier said than done. Chasers to the middle. JP actually had a decent little shot at that, and right off the back, that was our miss player. That sounded Abyss, or excuse me, Senior miss coming through and hitting this completely the other way. So momentum done. A little bit too high there for JP. Not going to get a hand on it this time. Undead Phoenix sends this flying the other way, screaming the other way as JP tries to cover this one up on the corner. Damasaur thrashing out, not going to happen. Chasers gets the redirect towards his own as Undead Phoenix puts this towards the middle. Damasaur, the nice roller here. Silent Abyss has to chase this all the way through, and his team doesn't get on the end, but that's going to be an almost open goal situation. Chasers can't get down back to earth to block this one away. 1-0, Borough, Manhattan.
Listen, we've talked about Chasers excel on the offensive end, but you've got to be just as powerful on your enemy's territory as you are safeguarding your own. Doesn't come out there that time around for Lackawanna and Panthers. I talked about them going up with a tied score. Oh, hold on! Hold the phone! Interruption! Explosive one as well. Damasaur coming in with the double tap with ease.
Wow, yeah. Damasaurus Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex, regardless, he's looking like the king of the double taps. 90 seconds in, and Damasaur has the flashiest goal we've seen on stream today. Best of sevens, there's plenty left to do, but clip that no matter what if you're a friend of Damasaur. We're looking at about 100 seconds into this one. Silent Abyss getting a hand on this one. JP keeping the dream alive for Lackawanna. Offensive pressure continued. Decent redirect, but Abyss will be able to get on top of that one all day long. Chasers to the outside. Chasers to the corner after Senior miss. Does get a hand on the back of this one. That's a nasty bounce. JP knows it. Can't get the correct angle on it, though.
BMCC, you know, they got that initial lead, but so sad it was so short-lived and taken from them from such a spectacular play by the Falcons at Lackawanna. So they're looking to put more spice on them, but right now it's all about Borough Manhattan. That shot from Silent Abyss is going to be right off the crossbar. Not going to go that time, but they've got their opponents on the tips of their toes. Phoenix coming in for another shot. That one's taken away. Silent Abyss, they're still trying to work that corner here for BMCC, but listen, Lackawanna, they've got it on lockdown and they're ready to make them pay for it. Who better than Chasers?
Who else than Chasers? Now we've seen plenty of these players get it absolutely going, but if that's how Chasers plays, I think I'd prefer the shot. 2:18 into this one, 2-1 lead for Lackawanna after they took the 4-3 in game number 1, Pyro.
At Lackawanna, they're getting fired up again. So what a Borough Manhattan got? Well,
wow.
They got a nuclear explosion. Silent Abyss says, yeah, you know, that last double tap was cute. How about this one?
How about them apples? Yes, sir, the classic coming out here. That's the fastest tie we've seen on stream today as well, Pyro. Back to the middle, over towards blue side. That's JP trying to cover this one up, hits against the side, and this one actually kind of living more of this middle area so far. Nobody getting a whole lot of value quite so far. Chasers now here, taking to the corner, gets himself a big boost as well. Fill up that tummy and come in for a big push.
So they'll get another try at it. Damasaur is here with the glory for Lackawanna. They are back ahead here. You keep knocking on that door and you will break that thing down. Christmas presents there for your seasonal explosion, of course, in, what is this, March? But you gotta love it. Here we got Lackawanna back ahead.
It's fair. We talked about the fact the coronavirus pandemic has had on us. I think the general perception of time has also kind of gone by the wayside here, Pyro. 90 seconds. Silent Abyss answering on this corner here. Damasaur covering it up, pushing this back towards Chasers. Actually getting a nice demo, but Undead will be back here soon. Approving that name. Both ways, Undead and Phoenix, right? With the resurrection.
I like it. I like it. Finding the symbolism in every touch here. Well, you know, as casters, we care a little more about symbolism. As players, I think they're just worried about the points on the board. And for
That's
BMCC, they need that one extra point here. They're found down under the count here with a minute to go, but this time just by 1 goal. They've looked a lot more even than ever here as we're headed into the latter part of this game 2.
Game 1, 4-3. Game 2 going down to 3-2. Unless I'm wrong, and I'm just a play-by-play, so my numbers ain't that good. But there's no score difference smaller than 1 in Rocket League. Correct me if I'm wrong. 30 seconds into this one as JP puts this up and over. Oh my, that is Heartbreak Hotel. That would have really sealed the deal for your Lackawanna squad. And another really good shot down bottom as Chasers again keeps that name alive. Senior miss with I don't even know how many defensive blocks. 12 seconds to go. Manhattan's got to take this out, and that's a fantastic way to start it. JP on the other side trying to cover it up. Nabiss misses, but he puts it in the middle. Okay. There's still a Lackawanna player back. This is still alive until the ball hits the ground, and they ground it out. Lackawanna taking this one 3-2 as well.
What a fight there from BMCC Borough Manhattan. They finally got their break at the end of the game. Had a chance at the shot, but it just wasn't enough. After that game, they're going to go down 0-2.
Yeah, so what we're looking at right now after it's all been Lackawanna, at least in the driver's seat when it comes to the end of these 5-minute games. No overtime situations. Just Lackawanna bringing this on in as close as it gets, though. Score difference of 1. We're looking at this game number 2. It's kind of a similar situation. You have multitudes more shots on attempts for Lackawanna. That's 10 now for game number 2. Excuse me. Only 5 for the BMCC. That's the Borough of Manhattan Community College. Game 1, that was 12-4. That's the stat we'll continue to pay attention to. As it is, got to give a shout out to our sponsors. A little bit of video action coming up for you guys. A little bit of information to find out where to find them at as well. We as the casters will be back with you guys with the Rocket League action in just a minute.
Put our generation on the sidelines, but we refuse to let it pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. We will be the next greatest generation.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. So we're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day, and feed those left in the cold. We're going to do all this and more because we have an appointment with destiny.
Whether it's the chat room, Zoom room, or boardroom, at Borough of Manhattan Community College, the classroom is wherever you are. Experience new ways of learning with a flexible schedule that fits your lifestyle. At BMCC, we're here for you. You'll get support to persist and succeed. We'll help you reboot your skills and prepare for a rewarding career. Start here to see new possibilities for your family and your future. BMCC. Start here. Go anywhere.
Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines, but we refuse to let it pass us by. Watch us fly ahead. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. We will be the next greatest generation.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. So we're going to build bridges and
And we are back. A short break it was. We keep our promises here of the NJCAAE ARNG webinar series. A mouthful there. The Master Sergeant pointed out earlier. This is Pyro. We got Colton and K-Tad and Scoots running around in the metaphysical area somewhere around here running production. We do appreciate them. That's Pyro. I'm FBI Tugboat, and you are not. Pyro, what are we looking at so far?
Well, we're looking at Lackawanna doing what they do best, and that is try to steamroll their opponents. But you got to remember, Tugboat, these best-of-7 series, they're not sprints, they're marathons. And when you look at the shot counts, if you really look at the stats, I can kind of see BMCC kind of start to close that gap, right? These are close games, and they can go either way, however you look at it. So game 3 might be looking to switch things up here.
I'm with it. I'm with it. In the day, we had a triple up, just shot attempts wise, which is really the metric by which we can kind of gauge teams' performance. Because yes, quality, quantity questions come into play, but at the end of the day, the shot attempts spell out what a team puts forth in time of possession, and that really is the big deal here. Getting on into it now. Damasaur, JP, Chasers making up the Lackawanna College squad. We got Senior Miss, Undead, and Silent, but that's going to be Chasers getting this one in here already.
Yeah, remember what I mentioned about steamrolling, Tugboat? Here we go again. We've seen Lackawanna really catch their opponents off guard on the kickoffs, and there it is again. You love teams getting in formation. That's almost another one off the kickoff. Borough of Manhattan has gotta get their stuff together there. That was a near miss, but they're starting to get coordinated again. Getting this ball away. That's a nice pass on the wall there to Silent Abyss, who can't quite keep up with it. Damasaur cutting off the infield pass, almost finding the angle for the shot. Chasers is there, and Chasers will score yet again. Tugboat, please, somebody, slow this guy down.
Don't think it's possible, and I cannot currently reach through the internet and kind of stop this Rocket League game, unfortunately. We just have to watch it happen. Lackawanna is that runaway train right now, and train wreck right now is 30 seconds in at 2-0. Yes, we saw a high-scoring affair from game number 1. That was a little bit more even as JP puts in a third for his squad. This was all Chasers. Otherwise, we saw Damasaur really popping off. Now JP getting in the third for the squad. And a nice little, what is that? Little black hole action there towards the end of the animation?
Yeah, a lot of players refer to it as the suck, and you know, all the
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, you know, it just end up in the net, but regardless, this is more scoring madness, March Madness, but your Rocket League version here for the Lackawanna team. And again, Tugboat, to me, it just seems like the pacing, the speed, the velocity at which these cars are rumbling about the field. Lackawanna is just quicker to the punch, quicker to each challenge, quicker to predict where the ball is going to go. And sometimes you don't even need to think about the angle on the 50s because Chasers, whether it be JP, whoever, is just first to the ball.
Yeah, apt analysis. I'm with it. Really, when it comes to calling who is most on this, I gotta say, okay, yeah, I gotta say it now. Can't hardly, we got a responsibility, right? Straight up, Borough Manhattan Community College has missed several open net situations, and there's been several more whiffs from them, and I think especially in this third game now, that has spelled 2-our score difference right now. Not trying to be too harsh, just trying to report the news like the weatherman. 90 seconds in, Lackawanna back on the offense. Chasers puts this one back in a way, wait, actually, that was off the back of Damasaur as well, so kind of getting in the way of a teammate on there, unfortunately, but Damasaur now bringing this down. Yeah, it's mostly slowing of progress, and there is the 5th after, again, a Manhattan double whiff.
I mean, you also gotta look on the other end here and applaud Lackawanna. The shot placement there from Damasor, not too shabby. When you gotta get up quick on the takeoff for the aerial and you aim the bottom corner, that's just tough to get around to. And so Lackawanna, they're taking advantage of two things. One are the near misses here from Borough of Manhattan, but another are the excellency and the precision of the shot taking here from their team. So Lackawanna off to a red hot start here. It's 2 minutes, so we're even a bit past the start. So we got Borough Manhattan again with the ball on their defensive end. They're working it out though. Silent Abyss, a couple nice touches off the crossbar again. Silent Abyss trying to find the back of the net and trying to put the whole team on their back there, but just couldn't find the goal.
JP with a perfect bounce play up over this. The attempted takeaway by your Manhattan players not going to happen today. Like you said, that is heartbreaking. 2 balls to the top bar here, both blocked away. Lackawanna now on the offense until ball is just given to Undead Phoenix like a gift on Christmas. Hit back the other way. Chaser's going to answer this one. A decent redirect, and then towards the middle, Damasor puts a cherry on the top of the sundae.
This team is working off one brain, it almost looks like. Chasers already off that first aerial aiming for the box. He knows his teammate is gonna be there. This team is seasoned, right, Tugboat? Lackawanna, they were semi-finalists of the last season's Rocket Championships, right?
Yeah.
For this league.
ESPNU,
and so,
man.
this team, they know what they're doing. They know where their teammates are on the field, and they will not stop.
We're looking at the highest scoring game so far, tied for it at least. Game 1 being 4-3 for the side of Lackawanna. That was 4-3 game 1, 3-2 for game number 2, and a different affair in every way, shape, and form in game number 3. We always talk about what teams kind of discuss in their breaks. They got a short one there in between games 2 and 3. Whatever it is, I want that pep talk.
Yeah, give me some of that for breakfast in the morning. That'd be pretty nice for all those calls that I'm on. But these players they're worried about the pitch, and I think a little bit of that pep talk was saying, "Hey, you got the caffeine tonight. You've got the speed. You've got the first touches." And that's what we're seeing again and again here. 1:30 left on the clock here, Tugboat. And you had to see the Brazil. You just had to. But kudos to Silent Abyss getting up there. When the going was getting rough, he could still come out with a solid goal.
The Brazil miserably better than a 0-7 performance. You know, at least getting one up top here. So at this point, it is physically capable. It's physically possible. There is technically enough time in this game for the Borough of Manhattan Community College to come back at this, but that would require a Herculean effort at this point. Game 3 mostly chalked at this point. You get hyper aggressive. Actually, I like what Abyss is doing. Take your demos, see how many points you can get off the back of them, because efficiently, this game is lost, right? I mean, a score difference of 6, that's fair, right?
Yeah. This game at this point is all about mentality. Honestly, and if I'm in these types of games and these types of series, Borough Manhattan, they've got to stay strong. Their grit has to be here in the last minute of this game. If you lose your grip on this series, which you look at the scoreline and it looks that way, but you start not trying and this whole series is a goner. So you want to convince your team, you want to convince your players that you got what it takes to bring this thing back. And plays like this almost can convince you of it. Send or miss so close to the shot, but immediately, as it's been again and again, turned the other way. 15 seconds on the clock. Will we see another banger out here from Lackawanna? It's up. Chasers off the backboard. JP is there, and it's in. One more cherry on top of the glorious, mountainous Sunday of gold.
Seriously, that's now Chasers with this hat trick, 4 goals, 2 assists. Just shy of that is Damasor with 2 and 2 apiece. Fantastic stuff. Once again, bring this back to the shot attempts as the last few seconds of this round out. Gotta bring it to it. 15 for the side of Lackawanna. Dare I say, only 3 for Manhattan. Again, time of possession here is indicative. I would love to be able to get a time of possession encounter on Rocket League. I can't hardly cast this game without bringing it up. It seemed I've never, ever developed a game in my entire life, much less a tier 1 esport like Rocket League, okay? Throwing that out here, Pyro. Not sure if I had you convinced that was somebody else here, some higher tier dev, but I've actually never, gone forth and designed one of these games. My point is, it seems like on paper, from my very, very sophomore experience, my layman understanding of game dev, that time of possession just literally who touched the ball last, and that counter seconds upwise would be easier. But who knows? It'd be nice to have. Until then, we got the shot attempts. It really does kind of translate into that time of possession.
Yeah, Tugboat, I can almost see the zeros and ones passing behind your head and through your ears on that analysis.
There you
But
go, right?
sometimes all you got to look at is the shot count, man. It's again exorbitantly in the favor of Lackawanna. And you said it earlier, so I'm just taking words out of your mouth. It is what counts. At the end of the day, your efficiency on offense is what goes to show. And it's been utter nonsense here for Lackawanna. So they'll be looking to move that into game 4 here for the clean sweep. Is that what's going to be, Tugboat? A clean sweep? Or do BMCC got a little more oomph in them?
They got plenty of oomph. They got something left in the tank. At the absolute least here, Pyro, they got 5 minutes to live or die. I predicted no clean sweep earlier. That was game 1 and 2. We are looking at a tale of two teams from games 1 and 2 to game 3. 7-1 on the last. 4-3 on the first, 3-2 on the second. Meaning much more even statistics from games 1 and 2.
Right, and look at this. You might as well uneven the statistics on the scoreboard. And why not in the favor of the team that needs it most?
Clip.
And or miss. With the ridiculous angle on the back line, those are the type of plays that can convince you that Borough Manhattan are just not quite done yet.
Oh, man. A little bit of a harder... It's impossible to have read that, I'm not saying, but like a little bit of luck from the side of Borough Manhattan to have been able to read that. That would have been an open net and another goal. But as it is, like you said, man, oh, no! Senior missed with a run right down the gut. Gut shot right here for the second. 42 seconds into this one, an average of 21 seconds per so far. JP not able to stretch out the mitt to this one.
We're talking about developing games, right, Tugboat? Can we get in there and change miss to make? Center miss. Come on fire already to start this game. And could it be another? Oh, Silent Abyss. Teeing up a nice one there for BMCC. Couldn't quite take advantage of it, and now JP wants revenge. Hungry for it. Undead Phoenix takes the bowl of revenge away and turns it away to the other side. Enormous with another chance, but Undead Phoenix is there instead. Almost taking it the other way for their own team, stunting their own momentum, but Silent Abyss looking to work it back up. They've got past one chasers, but Domasaur ready to block it and take it up in the air with a full tank of boost.
My mega aggressive play, I gotta say, trying to do everything yourself here. Like, Manhattan's ahead. Play this one more methodically, that's what I say. Nice interaction in the middle, and Senior Abyss gets every single medal in this game. This is from 3/4 pitch. This is to interact with Domasaur from the teammate here. Undead Phoenix gets in, gets that perfect interaction. You don't need demos in this situation. 3-0 for Manhattan.
This is Rocket League, not MMA, right? That was just a slaughtering. What? I mean, why score the ball anyway? Undead Phoenix misses the ball, but does not miss the last defender on the opponent's team. And now look at the scoreline now. It's swinging in that overwhelming way, but toward the side of Borough Manhattan. Best of sevens. Almost an insurmountable feat to reverse sweep, but Borough Manhattan, this is exactly the type of statement you have to make if you're convinced us that they can do this. And now, Silent Abyss trying to throw out some more bangers here. Put it in the midfield, but he's not quite ready to pick that one up. The physicality still on the play there as you see a demolition there. But, oh man, the Falcons are regaining. Lackawanna still eyeing up that net. They're quick to the challenges, they're quick to the ball. Chasers is there, but so is JP! Finding the ball in the middle of the box. It's wide open. And it's
This
in.
is a fantastic read. This comes off the back of Damasaur popping into Silent Abyss, I believe, up top. That equaled out to a fantastic redirect down bottom. Now, what we're looking at, most important thing here, Pyro, is that I am not wrong. I need Manhattan to take a game here and prove me right that this is not going to be a sweep for Lackawanna, which is not what we predicted again, or which I predicted. Excuse me, games 1 and 2. I guess I didn't ask and I should have. Excuse me, but regardless, a little bit of information now. 3-1, 2-12 down bottom. Silent Abyss out. Chasers takes this one away and slices it to the left corner.
It's brought back out here towards the wall. Silent Abyss might have some space to make a play out, but Damasaur ready for it. Solid defensive rotations coming out here for Lackawanna. That's the type of rotations you saw that gave them the ridiculous lead earlier. Oh my goodness, Silent Abyss like a brick wall though, denying Lackawanna of a goal there, but it's brought into the midfield for anyone to pick up. Undead Phoenix gets one flip, has a ton of boost to work with. Brought around the corner again. Chasers can't get a touch. It's on the goal line and taken away by JP. That is about as close as it gets.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not sure if you guys can see the in-game text screen top left, but there's a reason why I just lit up. We'll just say that. Chasers gets a nice bump, and then more just like that, Lackawanna reverses this progress. JP has been showing up left, right, and center on offense so far. Gets in there, nice hit from the middle. Still, Silent Abyss, the master class in handling balls as you come out from offensive side. Chasers with a pop. Chasers to the corner. Undead Phoenix goes over, and to accept this, that was either a miss or a perfectly planned play.
Call it perfectly planned. That's what the script writers told me, I'm pretty sure. And so 3/4 of a minute left in this game. Chasers and the Lackawanna squad still looking at chances off the backboard. Silent Abyss talked about that player being a brick wall, and it stays strong. And in there, a nice back pass. Senor missed. The ball's back to Senor. Taken over towards the wall. Silent Abyss can't get a touch on it. 20 seconds. What do Lackawanna got in a clutch moment? Can they get the sweep? They need a grand gesture here. Could it be from Damasaur? Oh no, it's cleared away, and that should give us enough time. Is it really? Borough of Manhattan standing strong and keeping this series alive.
Doesn't matter here. Score difference of 2. Even if Lackawanna scores this, will not matter. Nicely done. BMCC brings it back, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat at the 11th hour here, Pyro. Set it ablaze because I got nothing for it. Now, once again, the far most important piece here, the far most important part of this broadcast is that IFBI Tug was proven right. Lackawanna County is not going to come through here with another sweep. Even if they do win this, that'll be their 5th win in a row, but it will not happen sweep style. Looking back onto the shot counters, that's attempts-wise. Talk to me about these and how these numbers may have changed a bit.
See, you notice something interesting, right? Which is Lackawanna, for once in what feels like their lives, did not have more shots than their opponents. They had more saves, but that doesn't always add up into completely your favor. But oh, excuse me, I think BMCC had more saves, but that is sometimes what allows them to stay alive. So they get the win there. The series is staying alive, Tugboat, which, you know, we talked about the most important part for you was being right, but the most important part for me is getting more time with you behind the desk. So we got more games to go. Couldn't be more happy about it.
There you go. Absolutely. Memeing a little bit, of course, what we all want off the top, and of course, what the scriptwriters call for is long, electrifying, and close-playing, high-flying Rocket League. We are moving on in here to Game 5 after we have been purchased a little bit more of that Rocket League. Again, if the reverse sweep is going to continue, has to happen here. This is a Borough of Manhattan Community College that cannot afford any more losses whatsoever. Maybe within game, maybe a couple demos, maybe even a couple of scores against them. Cannot afford any more match losses.
And so, Tugboat, I think we might be going to a break here from Ron.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I was waiting for you.
All right. So we'll be right back with Game 5, folks. Thank you.
it's the chat room, Zoom room, or boardroom, at Borough of Manhattan Community College, the classroom is wherever you are. Experience new ways of learning with a flexible schedule that fits your lifestyle. At BMCC, we're here for you. You'll get support to persist and succeed. We'll help you reboot your skills and prepare for a rewarding career. Start here to see new possibilities for your family and your future. BMCC. Start here. Go anywhere.
We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is going to fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. The next greatest generation is now.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
And we are back. You know, Pyro may only be 10:18 on the East Coast, but we are reaching, in a lot of ways, that 11th hour. We are 3-1 for Lackawanna against the Manhattan Borough of... Oh my goodness, I keep messing this up. I'm just going to call them BMCC, right? That's what I should have done from the beginning.
There you go. BMCC, Borough, Manhattan, whatever way you put it, this is the team that's staying alive. They got the grit there to come back off of a disastrous loss in the last game, and now they're regaining. They got that win under their belts. The series at 1-3. So, like we said, a long, hard tussle to victory, but they might just have it in them here. So game 5 is going to be all about Borough Manhattan coming back at it here. And we've got the engines running and a going, Tugboat.
Absolutely. Just as a recap, in case you're just joining us, game 1, 4-3 Lackawanna. Game 2, 3-2 for Lackawanna. Game 3, a different affair, 7-1 for Lackawanna. Come back in game number 4 by a score difference of 2. That's 3-1 for BMCC. I'm going to abandon trying to say the full name again. 20 seconds into this one, Undead flipping up forward, not able to get it. JP trying to keep this one on the orange side, and that's mostly going to be Damasaur in that effort. To the middle, and that's going to be Phoenix, not able to reach out for this one. Chasers really just gets a solid, a really solid hit on this ball. This is more of a procedural defense, but Phoenix just simply wasn't there. That happens.
And to that play, it's reminiscent of what we've seen in the first 3 games. The speed, the ability of Lackawanna to be first to the ball. And, you know, for a player named Chasers, and you think about all the ball chasers out there, you got to be first to the ball. You got to be true to your name, or else what are you doing out on the field?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? So Lackawanna back up and at it, just how we know them. 1-0 lead for BMCC. They got to hold strong here on defense and start getting some possession of themselves. They're trying to work it out of their corner now. We go into the box here, but not without a touch from Senor Miss. Out to the wall. A little bit of help there from Silent Abyss. Looking cheetah-like with the dot matrix on the Dominus and blazing down the field. All stranded down there midfield. Senor Miss another touch. And, you know, talk about it's good to see BMCC get a little action on the blue end.
No, I'm with it. At the end of the day, this is 90 seconds in. We've seen much higher scoring affairs through games 1-3 earlier on in this. Now game 5 situation, much slower. These teams are simply respecting each other a little bit more, Pyro.
Absolutely, which is a smart move for Lackawanna after last game. You definitely build some respect against another team that got a win off of you. You know, they're tied for second place for a reason here. So look at JP. Oh my goodness. High fly in there for that one. Had to be up a while ago for it, but still gets a good touch on it. Sent or miss the other way. This is that lights out player earlier that was getting things going for BMCC. Gets a bit of space on it, and sent or miss still on that ball, but Chasers and JP, they're all up on that ball. It seems like just as BMCC, you think they might get an opportunity. Their offense kind of dies out, and I don't know whether it's due to an inconsistent offensive rotation or just Lackawanna's ability to do what they do and collapse on it quick.
I'm with it. The big difference I'm kind of seeing this past like 90 seconds or so, Lackawanna is doubling or even tripling up on defense. Bam, another perfect situation there. Why is Damasor's obviously got it? Why has JP come back for it? That's yielded in some solid opportunities. Now on offense, different story. They're very well coordinated, but this double or even triple up defense from the side of Lackawanna, defense-wise, man, I get it. Damasor here taking one across the middle again. Not saying Lackawanna's offense is doing poorly whatsoever.
Yeah, that all transcended there from a double commit from BMCC. You play long enough there without a goal, and the ends start to come loose on the rotations and the discipline that you got in team dynamics. And so there it all goes apart for Borough Manhattan. Once again, 2 minutes left, down 2 goals. Borough Manhattan, what do they got? Come back here and keep this series alive. Ball up, Soren, Damasor all on top of it. A cheeky double there to send it forward. Silent Abyss back on it for the hit. Again off the wall. Chance now. Damasor not going to be able to get the touch there, but Undead Phoenix expected the touch. It's always the worst, Tugboat, when you're going for a shot. You expect your opponent to clear it, but they are faking instead.
Yeah. End of the day, maybe a double commit was necessary there. Who knows? Silent Biz bringing this out back towards the middle. JP receiving. JP now rounding round, trying to get this one going, popping it up higher. JP to Damasor. Damasor almost in. Silent Abyss completely cuts the head off of this and sends this the other way. Chasers will get a hand on this, but this is going to be Senior Miss and Silent Abyss over to the right side. Now we have assumed offense for Manhattan. First hit. Back to the corner. This is going to purchase Lackawanna a little bit of time to get on top of this, but they actually don't get to it. Almost a perfect angle there for the man Undead. Other way now. Redirect. Undead trying to receive this one. Gives it up. Gives it to Silent Abyss. Now back towards this corner. Orange side. Almost a perfect angle again for JP. Slice that one into the head of the BMCC squad. Senior Miss to the middle. Silent Abyss trying to answer it. Not an open goal, but almost. JP gets up close to this one and kind of sends it away.
Pressure is on. You hear the bell for 30 seconds remaining. The sweat down the pits. You got to make a play here. And Senior Miss is there to keep it away. But it's got to be making plays on the other end of the field right now. 17 on the clock. Silent Abyss trying to clear it away. Back off the corner. And maybe they've got a chance here on Dead Phoenix going straight for that goal. But look at Lackawanna doing what they've been doing all night long. It's getting to the ball quick. It's getting to the ball first. And it's getting there for the wins. Lackawanna College in the Game 5 victory will win the series tonight against the Borough Manhattan Panthers. Lackawanna, they got the crown tonight.
This could be the wonkiness that comes behind Rocket League and how it achieves some things, but we've been talking about shot attempts all night, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring this up. This says BMCC has 0 shot attempts on goal, 7 on the other side. The continued metric by which teams have won, I think, still continues to kind of spell out right there. But like you said, 2-0 situation for the Lackawanna squad. As a recap here, 4-3 game number 1 Lackawanna. The second game coming through 3-2 for Lackawanna as well. Game 3 doing a much different look at 7-1 for Lackawanna. That's BMCC. They came off the back right there, working off the back foot from a 7-1 loss. That brought it back 1-3, score difference of 2 on that one. But unfortunately, 0-2 here in our game number 5 of this best of 7. And Lackawanna going to take that all the way. No sweep-wise, so not going to interrupt their win streak, but is going to interrupt their sweep streak. A lot of S's, a lot of alliteration there. We're going to be pitching it to a very quick break. We'll be back with a little bit more analysis, maybe a little bit more interview action once we get back.
Virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Whether it's the chat room, Zoom room, or boardroom, at Borough of Manhattan Community College, the classroom is wherever you are. Experience new ways of learning with a flexible schedule that fits your lifestyle. At BMCC, we're here for you. You'll get support to persist and succeed. We'll help you reboot your skills and prepare for a rewarding career. Start here to see new possibilities for your family and your future. BMCC. Start here. Go anywhere.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
And we are back. Little post-match action coming at you here for the NJCAAE, the ARNG webinar series. Lackawanna County does take this over. The Borough of Manhattan Community College. I got it right there, Pyro. 4-1 situation, so no sweep status on this, even though that is how Lackawanna has taken a lot of their games. We are rejoined by the Master Sergeant Stevenson. Master Sergeant Stevenson, you with me?
I'm here, sir.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Some electrifying Rocket League action. My man Pyro's got a few questions for you about it.
Yeah, well, Stevenson, what do we think about the match here so far? I remember you saying you had to watch out for Lackawanna, and boy, did we ever.
I mean, I said they were a powerhouse from everything I've seen. So I mean, they brought it home. You know, kudos to BM for trying. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to throw kudos where it's necessary, and both teams gave us a show tonight, so kudos to them. Now, obviously, this was a show, as we talked about, so the people want to know where else and what else can we look forward to in terms of upcoming events with the NJCAAE and the Army National Guard.
Well, we got 7 more events this year, so we're pretty excited about that. Hopefully, get some playoffs and championships. So look forward to us out there. There's also the webinars that are prior to the games, which you can win some cool stuff in, some gaming headsets, mice, and some even keyboards. So
beautiful. Got to be looking out for the prizes, if not the awesome webinars that we know now from tonight that you guys host. And then for the ARNG, where can people go if they want to learn more?
Well, you can either go to our website, nationalguard.com/esports, or you can check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Army National Guard, all one word, lowercase.
I'm getting my follow in tonight, Master Sergeant Stevenson, so I can tune in myself.
Sounds good. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, Monday through Thursday as well, Master Sergeant, correct?
That is correct, in the evenings.
Gotcha. So if there was anything better, an FBI tugboat being right, then it's also the Master Sergeant Stevenson coming through the correct prediction as well. Lackawanna taking it away. So somehow we have gotten better here on stream. What I want to ask you, you've been in esports for quite a while, playing with video games for quite a while, correct?
30 plus years, yeah. I've been an avid gamer. Love the MMOs. I'm a big WoW guy. Played Final Fantasy 11. That's kind of my genre.
Okay, well, we'll forgive you. No, but question, overall best video gaming experience, best esport experience, this can be with the Army National Guard or anything from your past, anything here, open-ended.
So I used to play Final Fantasy 11 way back in the day, and I used to play with a group called Apathy, and we had 2 world first kills, Absolute Virtue and Pandemonium Warden. So if you go on and Google that, you can find some videos and a couple articles written about it. So
there you go. Man's making the presses. Love to see it. Love to see it. Last question, round you out here. Now, you swear up and down you're from North Dakota, but Master Sergeant Stevenson, I have never in my life met anybody from North Dakota. I thought it was just, a couple nuke bases, some trees, some deer and stuff. Do you promise you're from the state of North Dakota?
I am definitely from the great state of North Dakota. And I'm telling you, you're not missing a whole lot from North Dakota.
That's fair. A large state indeed, but maybe not the most populated. Master Sergeant Stevenson, I sincerely hope you enjoyed the Rocket League action that we all got privy to. We appreciate you coming in and giving us a minute of your time after the game.
Of course. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are going to what? At this point, we've kind of reached my least favorite part of any broadcast here, Pyro, and that, of course, is the end. Want to give a shout out to our entire production squad. That's K-Todd, that's Scoots, it's the man Coltoon down there, producing away, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. Quick shout outs to HyperX, I Buy Power, the Army National Guard, as well as the NJCAAE. As Sergeant put it well, it's quite a mouthful, but a worthwhile entirely organization there, doing a lot for the junior college systems here in the North American region. Now, actually, not 100%. I'm assuming they're just North American, just here in the United States of America. I'm not actually sure about that. You can find out more on their Twitter, as well as Legion by Lenovo, also coming through with that hardcore, really quintessential esports hardware. Now, Pyro, do you have anything else for the good people before we get on out of here?
Hey, you know what? If we had such a good time tonight here, Tugboat, you and I, casting some Rocket League, all I gotta say is I hope we get to do this again sometime soon. So
Absolutely.
it's been a pleasure out here. I stream myself, casting some Rocket League, keeping the vocals strong, but I'm just staying tuned to what happened here tonight and hoping for more awesome stuff like this in the future.
Absolutely. Like we say down here in the South, don't fix it if it ain't broke. I had a fantastic time. No reason not to recreate that. I'm FBI Tugboat. You can find me over on Twitter at FBI_Tugboat. My man Pyro has a similar Twitter handle that I have not memorized yet. Forgive me.
Oh, good. Just PyroJ_.
PyroJ_, easy peasy. He's a man of simplicity. Lackawanna taking down the Borough of Manhattan Community College 4-1 here tonight. We'll have 7 more. Count them. I think that's the right amount of fingers. I'm a play-by-play. I don't have to count. 7 more events coming in for you guys. The NJCAAE and the Army National Guard. We got those coming through for you. We'll get announcements as to when and where exactly those will be coming through. To check it on Twitter. It'll be the same exact place though. Twitch.tv Army National Guard. All no spaces, no underscores, nothing like that. Appreciate you guys watching. FBI Tugboat out.